In this video, we're going to look at some of the different options you have for getting help with your Vectric software. I'm going to use a copy of Aspire to demonstrate this, but the same principles and concepts would apply regardless of what Vectric product you're using. The main way that we can access the help resources in any of the products is to use the drop-down menu at the top of the interface. If we come up here, you can see the word help. If I click on that, then a menu will appear with all the options that are available for this particular product. The first one on the list is always going to be the help contents, and if we click on that, what the software will do is open a PDF file, so you need to make sure that you have an appropriate PDF reader installed on your PC to see this. And this is a context sensitive document. So a number of the objects in the document are things that I can click on in order to take me to the relevant section to get help on a particular subject. Let's take a few moments to work through the document here and look at some of the features that are available to us within it. When we first open it, we should be on the navigation homepage at the very top of the document. If you don't see this, then you can push up the scroll bar to the right here, or if you have the bookmarks open on the left here, in the sidebar, then you can click on that again at the very top of the list of options you've got in there. These bookmarks are quite useful if I want to read down some of the different sections that we've got and go to any of those. So maybe we want to look at the Array Objects Tool Group. If we click on that, you can see I go straight to that section. If I click back on the top here, we can go to the navigation homepage again. And on the navigation homepage at the very top here, we have an image of the interface. If I just click and scroll down with the mouse wheel, you can see there's the interface, and below that are the different tabs within the program. Now, I mentioned before this is context sensitive, so if I want to learn more potentially about the Create Vectors tools, I can come to that section of the interface in the Drawing tab here and click on that, and that will immediately take us to the beginning of that section. Then I may want to look more specifically at the tools I've got for creating text, so I can click on that. And now you can see the choices there. So the last thing I may want to look at specifically here is what are my options for text on a curve. So if I click on that, we'll go to that specific section itself, and I can read in detail about that function. So this is what we mean by context sensitive. Many objects within here you can click on and it will take you automatically to the relevant help. So to go back to the top, I can click on the navigation homepage link from the bookmarks. As well as the bookmarks in the sidebar, if I click on the top, I can look through the document by page thumbnail. If I know what page something is on, I could type the page into here and hit enter, and it'll go down to that specific page. Let's just come back to the top of our document here. We can also close the sidebar if we want by clicking on the arrow there to collapse it. And one other method I've got of finding information in the document is to use the search tool. I can access that by going to Edit and down to Find, or to the Advanced Search here, and these both have shortcuts that you can see, Control F or Shift Control F. If we click on Find, then what it'll do is open a little area in the right hand side here, and I can type in search terms into that to look for keywords in the document. Now I may want to type something fairly general into here like offset, and then to find incidents of that I would hit the Enter key, and then I can use the arrows here, or I can hit F3 on the keyboard as a shortcut, and that will just keep stepping through, and you can see it's highlighting the word offset in the document. And if I put in a general word like that, I may need to go some way into the document before I find the specific section I want. I can be more specific, although sometimes it's not as easy to find what you're looking for if you're too specific. For instance, if we come back to the top of the document here and I type in vector texture and hit enter, you can see it goes straight to that section, but I'd need to make sure that I got an exact match for those keywords in order for it to find that. So that's the context sensitive help. If we just go to File and Exit to go out of that. If we come back up to the help drop down, you can see that there are a number of other quite specific links for us. Things like the ability to download the videos, go to the web page for that, view the FAQs, visit the user forum, and we'll look at some of these in a moment. But a lot of these can be accessed from a central location, which is Vectric's support web page. If we come down to the option here, visit Vectric support online, and click on that, You'll need to make sure that you have an internet connection to do this, and that will fire that up and it will go to support.vectric.com. The support website gives you access to many of the resources that you saw you had direct links to from the program. For instance, again, we can download the training material, we can access the FAQs, we've got a link to the Vectric user forum and a number of other useful topics here, including accessing the free projects that are available for some of the Vectric software. If you can't find the information you need from any of these resources, you also have the ability here to contact the Vectric support desk. Let's take a moment to look at a couple of these resources. First off, the FAQs. If we click on that, you'll see that we're presented with different software topics. If I wanted to find out information about Aspire, we can click on that, and here I've got a general list of questions I can browse through to see if I can find the information I need, or I can type in a search term here to find something more specific. So perhaps if I wanted to learn something about modeling resolution, I can type that in there and it will display to me various questions relevant to that particular topic. Let's just click on the X there, go back to Support Home. As well as the FAQs, another really important location for information is the Vectric user forum. If we click on the More button here, it'll take us to the forum. This is an online community where it's possible to create an account, and then if you want you can ask questions of other Vectric customers and also people even that may not yet have become a Vectric customer but are working with the software or trying to find out more about it. This is an incredibly friendly community, and not only will you find information about the software here, but also general CNC topics, things to do with material, tooling, and it really can't be overemphasized how relevant a resource this is for anybody interested in CNCs or interested in this type of software. So you can see that through that support website or through the direct links in the program itself, there's a terrific amount of information that will help you get the most from your software. Let's just close the internet browser there. We'll come back into Aspire. We just click on the help drop down again once more, just to point out that a number of these things we looked at there, like the FAQ and the user forum, do have direct links from this menu. Something else you have access to under the help here is the post-processor editing guide. If I click on that, it'll fire this up. Really, this is for more experienced users who maybe want to customize or edit their post-processor to get more control over their particular machine tool. Many of the standard posts that we have in the software should work perfectly out of the box. As well as this, one other place where you might want to find some of the documentation associated with the program is if we go to File and Open Application Data folder. Now if we click on this, you can see we go to a special folder of information, and this will have different folders and documents in it depending on the program you're running. There are a specific video that covers this topic in the tutorials, but some of the things that are useful, again from a help point of view here, are these shortcuts. Once more you can see there's the post-processor guide, there's a getting started document here, but also we have this reference manual. If I double click on that, you can see here we have a similar document than the one that we were looking at before that was context sensitive, but this has a lot more information in it and more sort of general information about the workflow and process within the software. Certainly if you wanted something as a hard copy, this would be the document to print out, or you may want to put it onto something like a tablet that supports the ability to read PDFs, and again use that as kind of a reference manual that you can read a little more easily than you could read the context sensitive version. So that concludes our short video on finding the help and the resources to help you within the software here. Thanks for watching.